A few warriors made it through the perimeter by sacrificing dozens of their own. Davis stood in their path, sidearm drawn in a practiced grip. He dropped two with clean shots between the eyes before they reacted. The third halted his charge, confused at the seemingly defenseless creature holding off battle-hardened killer. In that pause, Davis put a round through the weak joint at the neck, dropping the soldier instantly. Seeing Davis stand firm gave the Ralkovian troops courage. For the homeworld came the cry as they surged into counterattack. Enemy warriors fell back, their advantage of ferocity fading against this unified defense. Make it the possibility they might repel the attack after all. Just then, explosions shook the command center. "Breach!" came the call. Ventral corridor. Internal sensors showed figures moving in, doubtless a demolition team heading for critical systems. "I will delay them," said Davis, racking his pistol slide. "Get back up down here." Drawing a compact Ralkovian combat knife, he rushed from the command center alone. Ralkovich feared that without even body armor, the humans stood no chance. But there was no time to argue with the brave, if reckless, warrior. The security feed showed Davis stalking down the corridor, hugging the walls. He paused just shy of an intersection, watching his motion scanner. When two hostiles came around the corner, he struck, moving inhumanly quick. He buried the knife to its hilt in one's throat. As the choking enemy sagged, Davis snatched the plasma rifle and fired point-blank through the second soldier's faceplate. Both writhed on the floor, leaking vital fluids. Another squad approached down the perpendicular hall. Davis tossed a primed grenade to flush them out. Following its blast with streams of searing plasma, another trio fell while their return fire missed the dodging human. Davis ejected the depleted heatsink, slapping in a fresh one before the next wave attacked. Such fluidity of motion spoke of decades surviving shootouts. The alien was now fixated on the security feed as Lieutenant Davis held the corridor on his own. Stage by stage, he fell back, stopping at each intersection to set ambushes that left more foes dead. His sustained rate of fire kept the demolition team trapped in an unfinished junction, pinned by ricochets until reinforcements arrived. When Myrick's troops finally battled through to the humans' position, they instead found 15 enemy corpses dripping down the passages. Davis leaned casually on a doorframe, grenades and ammo lined up for easy reach. He barely looked winded. "Took you boys long enough. I saved a couple live ones for questioning." With slow menace, he slid a fresh clip into his pistol before grasping the knife again. Even the hardened Ralkovian warriors gave him a wide berth. Together they advanced down the smoldering halls, rooting out the remaining infiltrators. Davis seemed to know every ambush, point to check, every blind spot someone could hide within. He grinned wild and wide whenever a new firefight erupted, his shots never missing. Any prisoners they took were only alive because Davis allowed it. His manner shifted from analytical to bloodthirsty the closer he came to melee range. 5 harrowing hours later, the all clear sounded across the command center. Less than a third of their base's defenders remained able to walk, but their enemy had been shattered against the walls they anointed with blood, mercy by skill and spirit. They had prevailed, officers and troopers alike gathered around their savior. Covered in sapphire stains, clothes charred by plasma fire, Lieutenant Davis let his men strip away weapons and gear. He rubbed sore limbs, more annoyed at pulled muscles than the bites of shrapnel across his skin. When offered medical care, he waved the medics off. "Patch up your own first. I've endured far worse than these scratches." Someone brought cleansing water and nutrient rations. Davis gulped the meal, eagerly between recounting specific close quarters, fights for his fascinated audience, comparing spiritual tattoos and ritual scars with the alien warriors. He seemed fully a member of the pack. His manner swung wild between playful jokes and enthusiastic descriptions of violence. Among the frightening yet charismatic predator, among them, Mary Eek could well believe this human truly was, hewn by battle, able to match any Rokovian's prowess. You have more than proven your skill and courage. This day, Mary Eek finally said, truly, the Galactic Alliance's faith in your kind was not misplaced. Davis gave a grim smile. I'm just glad I could keep my new comrades alive. He raised a drink in salute. You fight well for amateurs. Take with me, and someday you may even graduate to professionals. Their unit bonded closely that night, united by trauma and triumph, and rumors soon spread across Rokovia and beyond of how one undersized alien, unarmored and undergunned, held off an invading force that should have rolled right over him. Instead, they broke against his uncanny battle insight, leaving only corpses behind. Now other commanders clamored for human advisors to join the endless interplanetary war, for they brought experience from even more brutal battlefields that Rokovians were only beginning to comprehend. Mankind had tempered itself through endless conflict among its own fractious nations. Now united at last, humans began unleashing their full combat potential across the stars. The Galactic Alliance had hoped these clever newcomers could serve well in support roles. But after witnessing humans in full fury, grizzled old soldiers like Sergeant Merc knew better. This young race still carried the love of carnage coated deeply in their DNA, and no force in the universe could restrain humanity's true nature forever. If you like this content, please drop a like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell, so like this, you won't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you for your support.